So we are just going to hope like a monkey boy that that right there is a problem with the cord and nothing else. I just don't know. Here it is sometime later. Been fighting with my camera. All I'm trying to do here is record the sequence for, excuse me, setting these new cases for headspace. So earlier what we had was a bunch of cases. Way too much light on the subject here. I am fiddling endlessly with light levels, people. I just, this is not my thing. I'm learning it, but it's not something that I'm adept at. Not something that I'm supremely comfortable with. So I'm kind of pausing. Anyway, where we were, we had just taken the Neil Jones stepped bushing out of the Neil Jones die, and I set a large amount of clearance. Maybe you can see this against my belly bone here. I can't tell on my little monitor whether or not that's the case. I could put a light behind it. Anyway, I've got the die backed way up in the press. And I ran a case in, and it's pretty obvious that that case is nowhere near closing. So, I'm going to run this die down in the press a little bit. Now to all of you purists, you're going to say, but, you're adjusting that die by just moving the locking ring, and okay, yeah, all of that is true. I'm just going to run this down incrementally until I get something that's tightening down. Ooh, I hope I didn't go too far. Talking away here. Okay, now this, I've used the term before a number of times, healing the bolt closed. This is the act of healing the bolt closed. This doesn't heal closed yet. So now, at this point, I'm going to very carefully, very gently bring this neck down, down, down until I can heal, until I can get on there and heal. Now, I grunt and expostulate a lot because that's the nature of my beast. Don't take that to mean that this is all hard and that you've got to apply burly forces to it, because that's simply not true. But we're going to go just bump by bump. Now, another thing about brass, I talked in an earlier video about work hardening. Anytime you take a case like this and send it down, you know what I'm going to do. I started this video by telling you that when you just run a case into the die, it comes out crooked. I'm going to take a brand new case and ram it into this die without the stepped bushing facility. We're going to see if we can make one come out crooked. Let me move that camera in just a little closer, since now it seems to be working. Let's have at this. Now, this is a serious experiment, because now I'm going to manual focus. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but hopefully the information will be presented well enough that you can use it. I would really like to be able to show you what happens here. Just going to take a case, a couple of brand new cases here, and find some die wax. Oh, I got 50 different kinds of die wax. Today we're going to try Unique Case Lube from, I believe this is a Hornady product. Hornady! Or in the popular parlance on the inner tube, hornaday! We'd be hit this bad boy with some hornaday! No, I don't do that. And it's Kelblies, people. It's Kelblies, not Kelbies. So anyway, we take some of this Hornady, we wipe it on here. All we're dealing with is the neck. And I got so much because this stuff is a little dab will do ya. I could rub the rest in my hair. Unfortunately, I don't have any hair. So that's not going to work. I'll rub it in here instead. Stick this brand new case in here. Let's see if we can make ourselves a crooked one. Now understand, this is a great die. This is a high dollar press. I mean, this press was expressly machined. No, this press is a piece of crap. It does exactly what I need though. I have 20 of them. Hey, there you're going to notice something I just noticed. This one's got a hole drilled out the side. So when I'm sitting on my chair, loading out in the field, ka-dick-ka-dick-ka-dick-ka-dick-ka-dick, they pop out, fall on the ground, or into a bucket, or whatever I want. So you've never seen, this one is a modified one. So anyway, here we go. Brand new, running into the die. That one came out pretty stinking straight. Nice piece of brass. Can't see the run out in that one. Here comes another one. Do we have? I first started noticing this when I was making 22 BR cases. Well, it's crooked and it's got a monstrous flare on the end. I'm going to turn and turn and turn. See if any of this shows up. We're in the manual focus range. I should almost try to move that camera in even closer. Now let's see if this little lens. I've had mixed results with this. I believe it's called an art lens. It was sold to me by the camera shop. They said, this is what you need. This is going to give you, let's see where the focal length is on this thing. I think these look pretty well in focus. Let's roll this thing around and see what we can get. It's not a great neck. It's got a tremendous flare on the end, but unfortunately for the viewer, I did not get a bunch of eccentricity or neck off to the side type of run out. Now I know that if I ran this on a machine, it would show up. What it does show is, whether you can see it or not, it's got a tremendous flare on the end, which was seriously mitigated on all of these cases that were done in 2 steps. But that has to do with the fact that this up here, this case neck end, is work hardened. Now, that's what got me started down this road. I've now, shoved the shoulder back on this case once, twice, and then 3 times. So this has been shoved back, and each time it does that, I am getting some action. I'm getting some working action here. So it is work hardening in that area. What I'm saying is, I set the die, 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 boom, I get the crush fit that I want. That doesn't mean I'm done. Does not, by any stretch of the imagination, mean that I am done. All that means is that that case that's been hammered on 3 or 4 or 5 times, now I need to take another new case, see if it hits the same. Generally it won't. These are just things that are, I just call working within the useful parameters of your system. And if you're not aware of them, you can get misreadings. Of course I learned it the hard way, the redneck way. I took a case and I set a die and I got exactly what I wanted, and I went and did 50 cases. And none of them worked. Luckily they wouldn't go in the gun. Lucky, lucky, lucky for me, they simply were too long, and I was able to set the die down another thou or two, pop, boom, got it back in the gun. So I see a battery light on. I've got some problems with my power supply. I'm going to stop this video, and we're going to resume here in just a minute.